Hi, it's Noella Karaniali again with a brilliant conversation coming right up for you. And this time we're talking immigration, because why not? Especially when it remains one of the major aspirations for many young people around the world, Ghanaians included, whether it's for studying abroad, living abroad, or building a career and life abroad. But alongside these opportunities are growing concerns that ranges from immigration fraud and the risk of falling into the hands of the wrong people. Plus, with major global events like the FIFA World Cup 2026 expected to create even more demand for travel and work opportunities, the need for accurate information has never been this important. And so how can Ghanaians navigate the process safely? What should they look out for, and what is the right way to do it? Well, you're in luck, because I have here with me the Canadian High Commissioner to Ghana, Her Excellency Myriam Montrat. And together we'll be unpacking all of that and more. But well, she's not here alone. She's here with Sarah as well. Sarah, will be hearing from her in a bit, but just say hi to us.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Right.
And Sarah happens to be our head of immigration.
Awesome. Good to have beautiful ladies. You look lovely here with me. So we want to start from how amazing Ghana and Canada over the years have enjoyed some beautiful diplomatic ties. Presently, from where you sit, what would you say about that relationship?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to speak about immigration, as you mentioned, particularly in light of the upcoming World Cup, but generally as well. Now, when talking about the relationship with Ghana, the relationship with Ghana has been a great relationship. It's a long-standing relationship that actually preceded even the independence of Ghana. So we've been here since the independence, but before that, when it comes to international development, Canada has been in the country supporting on many fronts. I will say that the relationship has been an excellent one. I came here in 2024, October 2024, and we have an excellent relationship with the government of Ghana, be it the previous government or the current government. There are lots of the priorities of the government of Ghana that are well aligned with our own priorities. Canada has shifted its focus on economic growth, and with President Mahama is very much prioritizing the economic aspects of the country, including infrastructures, agriculture, mining, clean energy. So I think we are here at the right moment. We want to continue to leverage our great relationship for both of our countries, and that will also support the priorities of our Prime Minister, who is also very much interested in trade diversification as well as peace and security. Amazing
stuff. And want to particularly now about Canada's identity, because a major part of it and growth is immigration. I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that. From your perspective, how important is immigration to your country today? And how is that perspective shaping your relationship with countries like Ghana?
I love that question. And the reason why I love that question is because my country, Canada, has been built on immigration.
Right.
So it stands for reason that immigration is an important component of everything that we are doing. We are a country that has been built on multiculturalism. So we welcome people from different countries, and they have helped make Canada what country it is today. However, for this to work well, we need an immigration system that is fair, that is safe, and that is orderly, which means that we want to ensure that people coming to Canada are using the right pathways. Coming to visit, if they're coming to study, if they're coming to work, or even if they're coming to settle permanently. And in order for us to maintain balance and sustainability to our immigration system, we are very mindful of the fact that we need to look at our immigration levels, but we also need to have a strong focus on economic immigration and skills.
Right.
We are looking for the right skill sets for people to come in the country, because like other countries, we do have shortages where we need more people. But we also want to make sure that we don't forget that Canada is also a country that is very mindful of human rights as well. So, which means that we also continue to look at compassionate and humanitarian grounds as part of like the immigration system, but also family reunification.
Right.
We know that Ghanaians are friends, they have families, they come for all sorts of reasons, tourism as well, and we are preparing for the World Cup.
Right.
And in that context, we are mindful of the fact that we will see some increase in requests for immigration to Canada. And also working jointly with our counterparts from Mexico and the US, as they too are hosting the World Cup.
Because you mentioned skill set, do we have a specific skill set we're looking at when it comes to accepting people into Canada?
If we're talking about skill sets, for instance, I will say nurses. This is something that we see a shortage of in Canada. And I know this is the same situation in other countries. So the medical field, having more nurses will be one example.
Right, awesome. So the interest in traveling is growing by the day amongst young people around the world. What is Canada, in terms of collaboration, doing with Ghana to ensure that immigration is safe, it's legal, and, mutually beneficial?
I'm posing because this is an important question. We cannot achieve safe migrations without cooperation and collaboration. So our two countries are working together to ensure that we have safe migration. We are ensuring that people are using the right pathways to migration and they don't fall victim to fraud, for instance. In 2018, we actually, along with 160 UN member states, endorsed the Global Compact of safe, orderly, and regular migration. And we, along with Ghana, signed on that Global Compact. The purpose of the compact is to improve international cooperation and support migration systems that are safer, more orderly, and better managed. And Canada is a champion country for the compact because we believe that immigration is such an important factor for our country that we want to ensure that we have clear parameters, that we have rules that are clear for everybody, so that we ensure that people are following the regular pathways as opposed to going to the irregular pathways.
Right.
The idea for us is to discourage irregular migration and protect migrants at the end of the day. So for us, the bottom line is that if you have safe, well-managed migration, you protect people, you protect communities, and you keep the immigration system fair.
I mean, throughout your answer, you kept mentioning regular, irregular migration. I want us to focus on that because there's often some confusion around migration pathways, and perhaps for Ghanaians that have only heard these as terms, what is it? What's irregular and regular migration?
I knew you were going to come to that question. So regular migration means that you're moving through the system using legal channels. That you have the right documents and that you have the right authorization to enter the country. Let me give you an example. If someone has a valid study permit or a work permit or a visitor visa, then they're coming into the country with the proper purpose. That would be regular migration. They're using the right channels, they're using the right documentations, they're coming into the country
the right way.
The right way, absolutely. Irregular migration, conversely, means that you're moving across the border without the proper authorization, and you remain in the country without the proper authorization. And sometimes you can be even misusing your visa. So if you're entering the country for work, but then you decide that you want to study, or vice versa, or you're coming as a tourist, and then now you decide to work, then that becomes irregular migration. If you're submitting false information, that's irregular migration. So if a visa agent, for instance, is coming and telling you that they can get you a visa and it's guaranteed, this is a major red flag. People should be worried about that. Regular migration means you're using the right channels, you're using the legal channel, and you're using the proper channels. Irregular migration can expose people to fraud, to exploitation, even financial loss, because they're giving money and they don't know where their money is going. And that has consequences. If you're doing irregular migration, you can be refused. You can actually be banned for the country for 5 years, and you could even be detained.
Right.
So I will say, if you have to choose between the two, go
Choose
with
the
regular
regular.
migration, please.
But to what extent is irregular migration a thing of concern, if at all, to Canada?
So let me be clear. I think that Canada continues to receive like real application, genuine application from people across Africa and from Ghana. And we have lots of requests that are using the regular pathways, such as what I've mentioned, study permits, work permits, visa for visiting the country. However, we do see some cases that are involving misrepresentation, the use of fake documents, fraudulent bank statements, fake job offers, and you have nefarious actors that are willing to use the system for their own and not for the benefit of the applicant. And this is what we're trying to tackle. We want to ensure, and this is why we're having that interview today, we want to ensure that people are well informed, that they understand how the immigration system works in Canada, and that they don't take at face value somebody that is portraying to be an official agent of migration. So if they're being asked to provide large sums of money, or to provide cash only, or that they're telling them that, oh, don't worry about that, even if it's not true, it will be okay because you will get your visa. These are all red flags that people should be looking out
for.
because it can lead to consequences that will be detrimental.
Because you mentioned immigration fraud, I want us to stay there a bit because it's such an issue here in Ghana. A lot of prospective Ghanaians looking at traveling outside. One of the most recurring issues they keep facing is that immigration fraud. But I'm learning that preventing it is such a critical aspect of the Canadian system today. But tell us how you do that.
We do that by informing people. So that interview is an important one. But we also have systems in place to strengthen anti-fraud efforts and detect fraudulent applications. Our visa officers are very well trained, and they can identify elements such as if somebody is lying on their application, somebody is not providing the right information when it comes, for instance, with respect to their revenues. You know, sometimes people will actually go and ask their friends to lend them money, and then the account looks really wealthy or healthy, and at the end of the day, it's not the case because they will return the money. Immigration officers know all these like scams and ways in which people are trying like to bypass the system. So this is important. The other piece that I will say as well is when using agents, you need to ensure that you are only using authorized people. Authorized people by the government of Canada. And the list is readily available on our website. So there's no reason that somebody could come and tell you, oh, by the way, I can do that for you. And people need to verify.
So the Canadian Embassy has specified agent, authorized agent, to help applicants, go through your process.
The Canadian immigration system has a list of people that have been authorized to actually process visa application and request a fee for it. So there's a list, and people can access that list so that they don't fall in the trap of hiring somebody that is not part of like the authorized list.
Right.
Sarah can add to that.
Right, Sarah.
Thank you. Just to be very clear, so the visa authorized representatives that Canada has, the government of Canada has authorized to provide immigration services, does not process the application per se. That is only done by the employees of the government of Canada that work in an immigration office. However, the authorized representatives can submit the application on behalf of a client and receive payment for that. But they must be authorized by the government of Canada, and they are overseen by an independent body that ensures they are compliant with the rules.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.